My friends, hello. I'm here. I'm not hiding. I'm just right there behind the camera. So I'm making you a video. I don't need to show myself the whole time. Here we're in Toulon Harbor and we're moving. It's a British ship, the Queen Victoria. For those who are interested, it's leaving gently, with the next destination being Corsica. And you remember about 18 months ago, I talked to you about expatriation. I told you I wanted to leave the United Kingdom. What about today and why? Last time I talked about it. It's on a ship, you see, and ships for me, it's a chance to get away. It's a moment that allows me to reflect a little on many things, to analyze my life, to analyze my decisions, and to see if I'm going in the right direction, if I'm staying aligned, with my principles, with where I want to go, you know? So here, let me show you the ship that's moving away from the dock. You see, if I don't move for a second, right? It's slowly moving away from the dock. All right. And since it's windy, it's going to pick up speed pretty quickly. It's going to accelerate pretty fast at some point. So I was telling you, I like ships. I like ships because it's not really the ships maybe, but it's the sea air. It's about getting away. It's disconnecting a little bit from the land, disconnecting from pressure, from stress, from a lot of things. And it allows me to come back. It's a name. Everyone has their own place, right? There are people who lock themselves in caves to do that. There are people who go to the desert, others to the mountains, others, you know, everyone has their way of escaping. For me, it's the ships. I like them a lot. So as I was saying, 18 months ago, I was on a ship. I was crossing the Atlantic, and during that crossing, the puzzle came together, if you will. The puzzle suddenly came together, and the decision was made. I had to leave. I realized that I had to leave. It was no longer a matter of choice. It wasn't a decision anymore that I could put off. I absolutely had to leave the United Kingdom. 18 months later, what about it? It was the best decision I ever made. I stand by this decision. It's something that had to be done, and it's even more necessary now. Today, and as time passes, for me, my limit was reached, as I told you 18 months ago. And those who still had a bit of hope, those who still thought things would get better, all that. Well, those people today are still leaving all the time. I see people who are leaving, okay? So there you go, just a little, I'm doing a little panoramic tour. A little hello to the residents from the region. You know, many have contacted me to welcome me to their region. Beautiful place, honestly beautiful. I should come a little bit by plane. Okay, so over there on the other side, there's the port of Toulon. I'm a bit cautious. I don't really want to point a camera because there are per square meter an incredible number of military vessels, no photography, you know, stuff like that, right? They're in a public space, you know. They're not hidden underwater either, you know. Okay, so as I was saying, I was right to leave. That's the first point. Secondly, what I want to say is that it was much more difficult than I thought it would be 18 months ago. 18 months ago, I thought it was hard to leave. I thought, well, you had to make an effort and all that it wouldn't be easy. All right, I thought that, but it went beyond that. I'm not going to lie about how complex it was. Complexity on every level: logistical, administrative, financial, technical, human, mental, psychological. In every way you can imagine, it was much harder than I thought it would be. So once again, I'm not going back on my decision. Once again, I stand by the decision. What I'm saying is that it's not a smooth ride. You see, leaving just like that is not a smooth ride. But why do we do it? We do it because there comes a time, if you will, when the cost of staying far outweighs the cost of leaving. There comes a time when you feel the country collapsing around you, you feel things getting worse. right? The example I gave was, imagine you're in an aquarium, you're a fish, and the water is slowly getting dirty. Well, today it's dirty, the next day it's even dirtier. Well, you're not dead, but you know that the longer you stay, the harder it's going to get. Yeah, it's going to get worse and worse. So there will come a time when, well, you'll have to decide. You make a decision and then you see what you do. I made that decision. It's kind of like going to the dentist. You have a tooth that hurts. You're afraid of the dentist. So what you do, the longer you wait, the worse it gets. The longer you wait, well, the tooth will get infected, the pain will get worse, all of that. Sure, it's a pain you feel like you can handle. You take painkillers, you feel like you're managing all that. Well, why not? Why not? But until when? Until when? You know it's going to get worse. When you visit the dentist, you know he'll work on it and give you injections. It's going to hurt a little more in the moment, but when you leave his office, you'll leave relieved, breathing easier, okay? Well, that's my situation today. I went to the dentist, right? Now we're going to the other side. Just moving from side to side. So I went to the dentist. I paid the price. So yeah, I'm outside the United Kingdom. Right now I'm visiting for the summer. Right now I'm actually in France. Okay. So I'm visiting a little bit, but what I'd like to tell you is that I'm slowly cutting my ties with the country. I'm disengaging because when I left, if you will, I left behind some interests. I left behind professional interests, financial interests, all that. Today, I'm fully cutting ties. That means I'll be spending less and less time in the United Kingdom in the coming years. Where will I be? I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm working on it. I'll probably be in a few weeks in Mauritius. For how long, I don't know yet. You know, it's a country that's really nice. You know, it has its appeal. But you see, it's just that I want more space. You know, look, do you realize where I am right now? You see, I want to explore more of the country, explore the continent, see more things. All right, so yes, so that means I still don't know where I'm going to go. I have a few destinations in mind. So, but I'm working on it. So yeah, what you're seeing here, I guess, right? I guess, don't quote me on that, okay? I guess it's Toulon. So for us, the boat was on the side called La Seine-sur-Mer. It's a bay there, you know, like the San Francisco Bay. So it's a bay. It's like a closed cove there. They don't have something like the Golden Gate Bridge, but could build one connecting those points. Because with a bay, I assume you'd go by boat, but if you drive, it might take about an hour and a half. Locals can correct me if I'm wrong. You see? So it's quite a loop you have to make. Donc, now the boat is going to turn, I imagine, to the right. You see that little red thing, right? There's a little red thing there sticking out of the water, some kind of marker. I imagine it's going to turn right at some point at that thing, that red thing there. Sorry, I don't have the sailor's terminology. I'm even talking about even left and right. That might make some purists shake their heads, right? You see, donc. So if I look behind me, you see, well, there's the sun, which is very strong. We're leaving the harbor. You know, we went to the beach. It was extremely beautiful. You know, really, the beach at La Seine-sur-Mer, Les Sablettes Beach. We spent the day there. It's honestly really, really nice. It's a really nice place to relax. There, you really feel maybe the French way of life. You feel there's something behind it. You know, it's honestly extremely nice. There, on the other side, wait, I'll point to the other side. You can see Toulon, you can see Corsica ferries. You know, there are a lot of those yellow ferries. There are plenty of them in the region. They're like yellow taxis. They're everywhere, those ferries. You see them going to Italy, you see them coming to the south of France. You also see them leaving for Corsica and all that. As their name suggests, I think they also go to Corsica. I jumped just now. Sorry. I jumped. I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. So now the boat, what it's doing, it's turning, because if you look straight ahead, it has to go around it by turning like it's turning. Because if you look straight ahead, there's a jetty there. All right, turn to the right, or starboard as we say. eventually it'll need to make a sharp left turn. The flags you see, some might argue they're not flags, but anyway. Those are the flags. Sorry, maybe that's just a civilian perspective. We have the French tricolor. They always fly the flag of the country they're visiting, and the British Navy flag. I think that means, I don't know, don't quote me on this. You should check online. I think that flag means the captain is a reservist in the British Navy. Here, the turn is getting sharper and sharper, and the pennant online, I think it's that flag means the captain was a reservist in the British Navy. Now the turn is getting sharper and sharper. The red one there on the left, that's the Cunard flag. So that's the company that owns this ship. He's making a really, really sharp turn. So it might not be impressive for a small boat, but for a ship of this size, I'm telling you, it's completely tilted. Look, it's tilted. I don't know if you can see it. It's leaning to the left. You see it's tilting like that. It's tilting like that. Really, 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 really. So I don't know if you can see it. It's tilted to the left. It's tilting like that. It's tilting like that, really. He's going all out. He's going all out, turning to the right or to starboard, you see. So now what we're gonna have a nice left turn at some point. We're going to have a left turn. By the way, my friends, I almost forgot about the Circle Lucide, you know, my coaching system that I open from time to time when there's room. Well, it's open for registration now. It's even at a reduced price for those who sign up in the next few days. The previous session ended very well. Some people took a step forward, others changed their lives, and some unlocked something new. Everyone left having made progress with a positive change in the right direction. We're here to help people get unstuck. So if you want to join the next Circle Lucide, which lasts 4 weeks, 4 weeks of audio exchanges, communication, meetings, all that, group discussions, personal exchanges and everything. Sign up using the link I'm going to give you. It's circlelucide.com. For now, registration is open. It was closed the past few weeks. So what we're doing now is, wait, I'm going to try to, sorry, I'm moving forward. Here, it's a slope. Yeah, here I'm going down easily. Yeah, that's it. That's a slope. And now what we're going to see is this boat. I'm curious to see how it's going to turn left. So I'm extending the video. I don't particularly want to do it, but I also don't want to frustrate you because it's very, very hard to upload since Starlink. There are Starlinks. There's a shared Starlink here. They have several shared Starlink connections and the upload speed is terrible. Potentially this video could take all night to upload. If I'm lucky, it will take 2 or 3 hours, but it could take all night. So on one hand, I want to shorten it, but on the other hand, I'd rather let you enjoy it. You see, so there you go, my friends. Regarding expatriation, once again, good idea. Yes, good idea, but it's not that simple. It's not as simple as people say, you know. Honestly, if someone tells you that expatriation is smooth sailing, that it's simple, you just have to do this or that, honestly, they're lying to you. Really. You know, well, for me, since I'm not selling expatriation, I have no interest in making it seem easier, you see, nor in making it more complicated than it really is. You know, so I'm very balanced in the way I talk about it. But you see, you're really going to feel the effects of expatriation. And once again, it's a very good thing, okay? Is it a good thing for everyone? Not necessarily. The wind is picking up now. I hope it won't mess up the sound. We still have sound, I think. The sound is still good. But the wind is picking up because we're slowly leaving the harbor and heading out to sea. And I am, like you, curious to see how this ship will sail through this passage that suddenly seems very narrow for what it is. So the Queen Victoria is the smallest of the 4 Cunard ships. It was built about 20 years ago in 2007 in Venice. It was built for the Panama Canal. So it was built to the Panamax size. I think things have changed a lot since then. But that ship was able at the time to pass through the Panama Canal while the other ships of the company were not able to do so. There is a ship that he is following. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's following that little ship. You see, I can explain aviation better than ships. I'm just observing and seeing how it's going to turn out. So right now we're going, if you look closely, we're heading toward the hill over there, okay? It's filling the horizon now. There you go. I don't know what to do with these big sirens. Well, they're not sirens. Once again, they're something else, you know. But I don't know what to do with them, because during editing, if I have to edit, yeah, I think I'll try to reduce them a bit in editing, because right now it's going to knock people out. Or maybe I'll put a warning in the video. The problem with editing is doing it from here, you know. But well, maybe editing will let me get a slightly smaller file, you know. Maybe in the end I'll come out ahead. I don't know. After all, maybe people want to hear it, you know, the siren. I don't know. Maybe it's a horn after all, you know. Maybe it's not a siren. Maybe it's a horn. And there you see the little boat. It made quite a turn, you know. It's almost 180 degrees, you see. I wonder how that one will make a complete 180-degree turn. I'm honestly curious. It reminds me of the Queen Anne's maneuvers. That was last year. When I went to New York, it's pretty narrow. And also in New York, when it sails on the Hudson, which isn't very deep, so you can even see the propellers stirring up the mud at the back. They're so close to the sand, you really have to stay very, very right in the middle. And there are also bridges, and when they go under them, sometimes you feel like, and it's not just a feeling, it's true, you know, there's about 4 feet, something like that, not much under it. It literally passes under the bridge's overhang. You see over there that superstructure with the radars spinning and everything. It goes about 3 to 5 feet under the bridge. It's pretty impressive to see. Up to the last second, you feel like it will hit. And so here, if you look at this boat, right, if you look at the background, you realize that it's turning very sharply. You see it's turning to the left, right? We would say hard to port, right? As they would say, as sailors would say, you see. There you go. Wait, I'll turn like this. Yeah. So here we're going to have a left turn like this. You see there there's the little red thing there. That's a little lighthouse. It's a little house. Little house. You didn't say if that's its name. Here we also have a small green lighthouse. You see it? Wait, maybe I'll zoom in on it. There you go. There's the lighthouse. It says Toulon. So here we have a green lighthouse. And here again we have the ship, which is very, very tilted. If you do it in panoramic mode, it looks like this. See? If we zoom out, it looks like this. And so here we're turning right. We have these things here. We have some completely crappy boats. All right, I'll show them to you. So here you see you have crappy boats, right? These are boats that look like military boats, completely eaten away by rust, by decay. Here, the ship is tilted to the right like this. This time I won't let myself be surprised by another horn blast. Right, I won't let myself be surprised this time. There, we've got it. It's gonna be clear, leaving a small port with a few yachts. Up there on the hill, there's a kind of small control tower. There you go, my friends. So now, well, we're slowly heading out to sea. I was sleeping when we arrived. We arrived, I think, around 7 in the morning. I was sleeping when I opened my eyes. I opened, pulled back the curtains. There were lots and lots of military ships in front. You see, so I have this, it really moves without any noise. You don't hear it. It doesn't vibrate or anything. It's like you feel more like you're floating in water on the water. Actually, you're really floating on the water. All right? So as you can see, I'm starting to turn red from the sun. I'm really getting quite a sunburn. Over there, that's our highlands. Those completely rusted boats. I think they're there to probably be cut up, sliced, and turned into something, cans or something like that. Here we're going to pass by the red lighthouse. Did you see? There was a green one on the left, and here we have a red one on the right. So now we're going to pass by a red lighthouse. There's no sign as far as I can tell. There's a little house there. Very beautiful house. I'd love to live there. There's the lighthouse. And there's a very nice little house. And over there, I imagine from your bed, you open the window and you see the boats passing by all the time. We're going to pass a sailboat. We're going to pass a very small sailboat. Usually people wave, so I wave back. It's nice. Maybe it's not for me. They might be waving at someone else. And well, it's tradition. I'll try to get closer, you see. Isn't this little house nice? There you go, take it easy. We're turning right again. We've made a big S, you know, when you think about it since we left. In 22 minutes, we've made a big S. And it's changing pretty quickly because of the wind, you know, because it doesn't want to be carried along. So it needs a bit of speed. Tomorrow I'll be in Ajaccio, Corsica. So basically, if you look at the plan of this ship, you know, if you look, they'll tell you it's going to Calvi. That's not true. It won't go to Calvi because of the wind, actually, because it can't enter the port of Calvi. It has to use rescue boats to enter the port of Calvi. Since the wind picked up, Calvi was cancelled. It's now going to Ajaccio. You can see very, very nice atmosphere here. Here you go, my friends. Thank you for staying with me until this moment. If you like this video, I'll make another one for you. I'll make another one for you for Ajaccio. If you have any feedback about the way I film or anything else, don't hesitate. I'll try not to, if I made any mistakes, I'll try not to repeat them in Corsica. There you go, my friends. And if you are in Ajaccio, well, if you want to have a drink or something, it would be my pleasure. I won't have much time because the ship arrives in the morning and leaves in the afternoon, but it would be my pleasure. See you very soon, and don't forget the Cercle Lucide.